Today I'm going to present a little bit about the attractions of Perak to all of you. Since 2017 is the year of visiting Perak, so I think we should know more about Perak. Since Perak, the state is interesting but somehow it's ruled by Malaysian region that never seized its share of the limelight. Okay, Perak Darul Ridzuan, as we know that it is a land of grace. The state divided into 9 districts and its major towns include Ipoh, Kuala Kangsar, Taiping, Telok Intan, and also Lumut. It is worth mentioning that Kuala Kangsar is a royal town and Ipoh is the state capital. Today's Perak has developed into a harmonious multiracial society characterized by the diversity of languages, culture, and heritage. In addition, Ipoh also become the largest city in Malaysia, which is poised to become the focal point of industry, business, investment, education, and social activities. Now I'm going to present to all of you about the first attractions of Ipoh. And this attraction of Ipoh is located in the Perak State Mosque and the Old Town Hall, which is located in Jalan Panglima Bukit Kandang, Wahab. And this attraction is Ipoh Railway Station. As all we know that the railway station, also known as the Taj Mahal of Ipoh, on the earlier 20th century, it used to be the major transportation hub for the tin mining industry. But now, this railway station has fully operated by KTM Berhad, which is one of the stations from Kuala Lumpur to Butterwood. Besides, if you ever visit to the railway station, you will realize that one of the lone tree will stand alone in the middle of the railway station, and this tree we call that the Ipoh tree. Some of us might not know about the history of this tree, but this tree was the ingredients of the indigenous group of Perak, which they use the latex of the tree to make it become the poison darts. And that we can see that this is the pictures of the railway stations. Also, this is a tree of the Ipoh tree. The second attractions of Perak that I would like to introduce to all of you is Gua Tempurung. Gua Tempurung is a cave that located in Gopeng, Perak, about 3 km long. It is one of the largest and longest cave in Peninsular Malaysia. Part of it has been developed as a show cave with electric lighting and walkways, and there are a range of tours of different lengths and difficulties to all of the tourists. In addition, Gua Tempurung, also known as one of the largest limestone cave in Peninsular Malaysia, although it is not as big as Knife Cave and Mulu Cave located in Sarawak, but it is a good place for the caving exploration beginners. A lot of work went into creating this massive cave. First, billions of microscopic marine organisms had to die, and they will fall to the ocean's floor where the tiny shell were compressed into limestone. Then, the ocean's floor had to uplifted from under the sea by massive movement of the earth crust. Finally, the flowing water and the rainfall had to work its magic for the next 250 million years or so to shape all of this that we can see in the cave. Therefore, we humans should look after our cave. A piece of celestic won't grow back into our lifetime, as every inch of it takes average 200 years. Beautiful and unique cave formations not many places in the world can offer to us. The third attractions of Perak that I would like to introduce to all of you is the state royal town, Kuala Kangsar. This royal enclave of Kuala Kangsar is probably one of the most beautiful towns in Malaysia. Not to mention how much the town holds historical values, especially during the colonial times. It was the site for the first conference of federated Malay state rulers back in 1987. Besides, Kuala Kangsar also is the first location where the rubber trees were introduced to the Malaya. Modern times, Kuala Kangsar still holding its old world's charm. Clean street with centuries of shady trees, preserved colonial buildings as well as the landscape gardens. There are plenty of sites can be chosen. Climbing the hill of Bukit Chantan brings us to the one of the Malaysia's famous landmark. Then, a little further up take us to the sprawling complex Iskandar Palace, where the present-day Sultan of Perak lived. Also, the Perak Museum were locally known as Istana Kenangan, where the old-time sultans used to live. Kuala Kangsar is a great royal town, intertwined with some colonial heritage as well as the spectacular scenarios. The fourth attractions of Perak that I would like to introduce to all of you is a great family getaway, the Abcr. It was a memorable place for everyone in Ipoh, including me. I have my own childhood memory in this place. While back to the old days, it was a designated playground that my parents would bring me to go during weekends. I still able to recall that bringing a slice of bread to this park to feed the fish at the pond. And the park used to host other attractions like electric car rides, miniature bicycle path fully equipped with a road sign for educational purposes, as well as the musical horse castle. Today, the park probably no longer hosts such activity, but you can only find peace and solace at there. Absolutely a great place for those who like to stay in a silent and peaceful nature place. The landscaping is well maintained by the city authority. All trees are left in their origin status, creating a smoothing ambience of greenery and kindness. There are ample spaces for family picnic on the lush green grass. By the roadside, there are several playing fields commonly utilized by the locals, such as the softball and football games. The Park is a beautiful and peaceful park which is suitable for family visitation during the vacation in Perak. Next, I would like to introduce the Telok Intan Leaning Tower. This tower was constructed in 1885 by Mr. Leong Chun Cheng and contractors. It is built primarily to store water for local usage during the dry seasons and in case of fire. Since it began leaning over due to the soil foundations, and it has become a tourist attraction. Local people contribute to buy the clocks from James W. Benson, the clockmakers of London, and it still works from 1885 until today. Now the water tank is no longer used and it is empty. The building must be much lighter than it was designed to support, and hopefully it will remain upright for many more years to come. Take a close look while visit to the tower. You will find distinctly Chinese architectural elements in the design, especially the use of mortar strips, roof eaves, and the drippers. The last attractions of Perak that I would like to introduce is Kelly Castle. This castle is located in Batu Gajah, Perak, Malaysia. The unfinished ruined mansion was built by a Scottish planter named William Kelly Smith. According to different websites, this castle was either a gift for his wife or a home for his son. Kelly's castle is situated beside the Raya River, which we call Sungai Raya. Because the fascinations of Williams to the Hindu religions and India, he incorporated much of the elements into his new home. Bricks and tiles were imported from India. He even enlisted the help of 7 Indian workers from South India as skilled laborers for constructions of the mansion. Unfortunately, he ran into one major setback. Many of the workers were contracted the Spanish flu and died in the early of 1920. William Kelly Smith visited Britain to see his wife and sons and then proceed to Portugal, from where he was ordering a lift to install in the castle, which would have the first elevator in Malaya. Unfortunately, while he was in the Lisbon, Portugal, he was contracted pneumonia and died at age of 56. In the end, Kelly Castle was never completed. Fortunately, the Malaysian government, realizing its tourism potential and heritage value, have since cleared the creepers and trees growing on the site, and now it has a tourist attraction. As a conclusion, it is not that easy to pick the Perak attraction because there is so much to see and do in Perak. Perak is one of the largest states in Peninsular Malaysia, stretching from just north of Selangor all the way to Thailand border. Its scenery includes the hills of Titiwangsa, range along its eastern edge, the unusual limestone karst tower outside Ipoh, some spectacular caves, the huge Temenggor Lake, excellent beach and popular resort islands of Bangkok, and still much of places that I am unable to mention, those attractions in couples of words. The historic towns of Perak, the capital state Ipoh. Taiping Batu Gajah contains some fine heritage buildings and places of interest, while loyal town of Kuala Kangsar has interesting places, museums, mosques to admire. Perak was one of the Malaysia's main tin mining areas, and the country's only surviving tin district is a proof of industrial heritage that still can be visited. Don't forget to adding in the Leaning Tower located in Teluk Intan, the beautiful unique cave, Gua Tempurung, Kelly Castle located in Batu Gajah, and the family gateway, the Abcr, and you can see that Perak has much to offer. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope that this video could bring you to understand a little bit about the attractions of Perak. Thank you.